Hello, and welcome to our training on meeting the standards for a successful price-reduced area. We're going to be looking today at how to assess plant quality and make the best call of when to take the mark down and when to dispose. The overall condition of the locations that NGS services is our professional calling card. Managing the markdown process and executing a properly maintained price-reduced area contributes to that statement of quality that NGS is dedicated to upholding. Excellence in merchandising and excellence in care. Quality plants cared for by quality professionals. Every process related to how NGS performs the work we do ties back to these statements. From plant health to thoughtful merchandising, NGS sets the bar high on ensuring that our displays are enticing and easy to shop. Managing price reductions and disposals is no different. Knowing when to take these actions is essential to keeping the locations we service at the highest possible standard. The markdown and disposal process allows us to make timely decisions as plants pass the mark of prime condition so that we can move them off the porch in a responsible and sustainable manner. So during this training, we'll discuss taking price reductions at the right stage, creating an attractive and effective markdown display, and determining when to dispose of products so that our displays are always fresh and attractive. When NGS services a location, the first impression should always wow the customer. Our displays are the curb appeal. Plants on the main displays should always be in prime condition. In the next few slides, we'll look at marigolds in various stages and the appropriate action that should be taken. These plants are in prime condition. We can see firm, glossy foliage, vibrant blooms that are held erect, and the fullness of the plant is appropriate for the size of the container. Now, there's times when the decision to leave the plant on the main display or mark it down depends on several factors. How far are you from a new shipment? If it'll be several days, plants in this condition can quickly be cleaned up and left on the main display because, as indicated by the blue arrows, there are several healthy buds in various stages of development that do show the finished color of the plant. And there's only minor damage to the foliage. But if a new shipment is coming right away, these should be cleaned and moved to the price-reduced area to make room for fresh product. They're not going to hold up well against the same product that is coming in fresh. In this slide, we're looking at a missed opportunity. At some point, these plants had a value less than full retail, but were still viable and could have been moved to the markdown area. Plants in this condition should never be on any display serviced by NGS and should have been disposed of before reaching this state. Petunias and calibrachoa are some of the most popular plants that we merchandise. The plants should arrive with good, healthy foliage, but they may show a bit of damage on blooms that were opened before shipping or opened during shipping, and these can easily be removed. You do want to see plentiful, mature buds that should open in a day or two, and plants in prime condition will be nicely mounded and fill the container. If they're trailing over the edge of the container, the foliage should be healthy and still remain compact and not become leggy and stringy. The plants pictured here no longer represent full retail value. The blooms will still be present, but minimal. New buds are few and far between. Marking down now keeps the porch in prime condition. Any plant in a condition like the photos shown here has been left too long to have value, even at a reduced price, and should never be found on any display on a porch serviced by NGS. Annual salvia is another popular plant, especially as the heat sets in. Plants in prime condition should have vibrant blooms that stand tall over healthy foliage that covers the main stem well and fills the pot nicely. With salvia and other plants that bloom on a spike like angelonia or snapdragons, when they pass beyond the prime condition, the lower florets will drop off the bloom spike and you may notice some loss of foliage at the base of the stem. The plants should still appear vibrant and healthy, but the loss of fullness will not show well in comparison to fresh new product. The lower photo shows plants that should be removed from the main display and marked down. Setting the price-reduced area to the NGS standards for merchandising means that this display meets all the requirements of the main display, including being vertically striped by color and blocked by plant type. The price-reduced area is never to be placed at the primary entrance, and it should be separated from the regular price displays as well. When plants are marked down and displayed in the price-reduced area, they do need to be deadheaded, cleaned, and viable. They should meet the guidelines that were presented in this training. Now, the fixture can be anything from a rolling rack to a crate display, whatever fits the space and the quantity best while allowing for proper merchandising standards to be met is acceptable. Signs that include a price point are not acceptable in the price-reduced area. All surfaces and the space around the price-reduced area should be clean and free of debris. If you follow these guidelines and meet these standards, you're going to have a very sharp-looking and successful price-reduced area. The motivation for every action and procedure required by NGS is to uphold our commitment to excellence in merchandising and excellence in care. A well-executed and maintained price-reduced area is just one way NGS shows our value as we live out that commitment. Meeting the standards that are outlined in this training ensures that we are all taking the appropriate action at the appropriate time. The expectation is that all locations we service will exemplify these values without exception. Thank you for your time and commitment in reaching the goal of excellence with the price-reduced areas that are in our care, and I encourage you to reach out should you have any questions. Thank you for joining me.